Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and we are back in Azanulbizar, ready to, at long last maybe, leave the Dwarven camp and get started with all the different tasks the Dwarves have given us. But we have a new quest to pick before we go.
Perhaps I'm being too cautious. Perhaps not.
Do you see the shoreline to the east of us across the river? Sometimes I catch a strange movement among the trees there. The guards dismiss it as nothing more than animals in the foliage, but I am not so sure. Perhaps I'm being too cautious, perhaps not. If you could go out there and check that nothing seems suspicious, I appreciate it. Yeah, well, we're leaving the camp anyway. And, well, there are different places from which you can leave the camp. And it doesn't make a big difference in any case. Oh, there's a treasure cache somewhere around here. Doesn't make a big difference because, well, we will eventually traverse most of the map, if not all of it. Hopefully we'll find more treasure caches along the way. How many are there in here? Map to Ogier? Really? Why? Just why? I mean, maybe for a character doing, I don't know, volume 1 or something like that might be useful, but I don't get it. 12 of them. Okay. Well, we are off to a good start. Our first steps outside the camp, and we already have the first one of them. But other than the treasure caches, I don't remember if there are a dwarf survey markers on this area. But something I do know is that we'll find trophies, and technically I think it was the Wildwood, the first one to introduce trophies into the game. Basically, you find some elite enemies, you defeat them, you claim a trophy from their corpse, and you bring that trophy to a taxidermist, even though the trophy does not become a housing item, but that's the idea behind it. As far as I remember, Wildwood was the first to do that, but we also have some trophies here in Azanulbizar. I know the location of a couple of them, I do remember the location of a couple of them, but not all of them, so we'll see how many of those we can find as well. Now, if the water in here looks strange to you, it is because it probably is. It's been a while since I've been here, so I don't remember if this is how the water here is supposed to look, but as of the time of recording this, there is a known bug that affects some bodies of water. That bug is actually going to get fixed by tomorrow, and I guess on the couple next episodes, if we come back to this river, we'll be able to see if this was a bug or not, or if the water in here was always supposed to look like this. We'll see. Now, I don't see another way of crossing the river, and thank God there are not a lot of environmental effects, because can you imagine trying to swim across a river in the middle of winter? That doesn't seem like a good idea. Thankfully, this is not Beriathan, this is Hermáth. Hermáth might be catching a cold sometime soon. Who knows? Okay, there's another bear in here. We can fight for the quests we have. There's a lot of enemies we gotta fight in here. Come on, how many empty traps are you gonna get? An inert super bomb lies in the snow. Okay. But I will guess that's for the other quest that we needed to scout. Most likely. A shrill yell sounds from behind you. Don't do it. You did Goblin Slayer of Azanulbizar. And the Goblin Sapper has been defeated. We can technically go back to Meknet now. Let her know. Oh, come on. For God's sake. Trap is empty. Christ. Another empty trap. Seriously, what's up with you? Come over here, Dan. Fish trap. You'd better have the fish I need. Really, I don't get it. It's supposed to be up here. I guess we won't be going back to Meknet anytime soon. Oh, come on. Stop it with the lag. Come on. Hit it. Christ. Oh, we also need to collect ear meat. I didn't remember that small detail, but... okay, we'll do that too. Yeah, there seems to be some lag today. Now, somewhere around here, if I'm not mistaken, we should be able to find one of the enemies for the trophy hunting. Unless, of course, somebody else has gotten it. They have, what, a 6-hour cooldown? Something like that? A full hour cooldown? I don't remember. This trap is empty. Okay, all traps are gonna be empty. Is that it? Collect trapped critters. Okay, 2 out of 6. At least that's something. Critters do we need? A whole lot of them. Five out of 6. Okay. Not as many, but still. Empty trap. God. Another empty trap. Finally, yeah, I get it. I get it. Not every single trap has got to have a critter, but I think they overdid it. climb up here. This is a wolf. Didn't stand a chance. Sorry, little squirrel. Nothing against you. Of course we were gonna do that. Okay, we have all the deer meat we need. I think there is supposed to be one of the trophies in here. A treasure cache. Well, that's still good. Let us grab it. There's a wolf in here. I mean, I don't know the exact location, but I remember looking up the map when this area was initially released. And I seem to remember there was something in here. Might be wrong. Or I might be right. But somebody else took it. Now this is the work camp where we are also supposed to go. Pine tree. Oh, this is for the sap, right? The resin. But once again, I think we are better off going first to Bundushâthur, Cloudy Head. So I think we went a little bit further west than initially intended. In any case, we can turn in a couple quests that we have completed so far. And then we'll continue our exploration. Elgur, there we go.
We are friends to Durin's folk.
Excellent work. The fish and critters will become food, supplies and clothing for the army. It may not seem like a lot, but every little bit counts. Alrighty. Back also to Meknet. And I guess we'll be also leaving the camp once again from where we were at the start of the episode. There we go. Well, there she is. I think we can... Yeah, we can take the jumping here.
No matter where I go, those sappers end up haunting me.
We don't even know where they are crafting these bombs. All I have is a name, Braunak. But you have managed to get your hands on a bomb. That's valuable knowledge that you're holding. And I know folks would appreciate that knowledge.
Have you visited the soldiers at Ashmargathâl? I miss them dearly.
I miss them dearly, even if I do not miss trudging through piles of snow. I'll return to my post soon enough, but before that happens, I'd like to deliver one of these cups to my wife, who's stationed there. Of course, my gift isn't important enough to warrant official resources for its delivery, so I've been hesitant to ask. But you have a sapper bomb, and Luca would be interested in studying it. If you find yourself heading north at some point, you could give my cup to her too. Let her know that I am on the mend. And please tell her not to worry. I'm sure she is already beside herself with grief. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. I had a big memory of this quest being better to turn it in before leaving the camp for good. Glad we did, because otherwise we would have needed to go to the same place twice. And that's not ideal. Alright. 6 out of 8. I think we can once again cross the river through here, ignore the cold water, and continue north. We should be able to get back on the road and make our way there. Okay, back in the Great Way. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Back on track. A little confusing with all the snow and all the trees, but here we are. Oh, corpses of orcs. That's a little bit morbid, but expected. Ah, and dwarven corpses too. That's even worse. Kudazan, the Dim Crossing. So, this is once again one of those locations that was technically not here initially. This crossing was added with this update, Blood of Azog. But if you go to Lothlorien now, to the Dimrildale at the present day, you'll find the ruins of this place standing here as well. So something we missed the first time we were in here, but something that we can double check when the time comes for us to get there. Now there are, I think, a couple things we can do around here. I mean, we were already here on the last episode. That was technically an instance, so not a lot to do in here. But now that we are on the landscape version, maybe we'll find something else of importance here. Oh. What do we have in here? Okay, inadvertently, I think we took the right path. I thought it was just a bifurcation of sorts. But let us see who we have here. Bako.
If I dare to rest, I fear it will be for the last time.
You nearly gave me a scare. It was foolish of you to sneak up on me in enemy territory. I thought you were an orc. No matter, it is not your fault I have tarried here. There is an orc that I seek, Warbag, a vile creature who dragged my brother into Bundushâthur and cut off his beard before... I cannot master the courage I need to enter the camp. I do not know what business you have in that accursed place, but please find his axe. It is of dwarf make, easy to spot among the orc's filth. Take it, and I'm sure Warbag will make himself known. I shall return to Amdan in the meantime and wait in the Zhélruka camp. Alright, and here we might be able to get some of the scholar items of this area. We'll see. We'll see what we'll find. There's another quest. Bundushâthur occupies a strategic position blocking the path to Tharkshatur. Destroying the orc's armor and weapons will weaken the forces here. But it seems that's it. No quest to fight the orcs. At least not yet. Kinda weird. Oh, come on. Alright, that went better than expected. Way better. This gotta be the dwarf axe. What's this? Are you looking for a shaved dwarf? Yeah, we technically are a dwarf. It's easy to forget, but we are. Now, you might have seen when we started all these quest line at Azanulbizar, one of the rewards that you can get is the Guise of Hermáth, which is basically an item that will turn you into Hermáth Stormhammer. And I think that is a really nice detail, but I would also prefer if you were given that guise at the start of the quest line instead of the end. At least that way you could use the guise a little bit to pretend you are Hermáth. Well, more immersive than what we have. But there are a couple of downsides to that idea. One is that you cannot wear your guises in combat, so every time you enter combat, you would have still turned into your old self. And well, that's not ideal either. And on the other hand, if you were to give the Guise of Hermáth to every single guy who does this quest, you could potentially have hundreds of Hermáths running around at the same time. That is still a possibility when you get the guys at the end of the quest line, but I guess not everyone will come back here, let alone use the guys. It basically only serves to explore, to run around, but well, basically that means you gotta come back here when you are high level enough that you won't aggro anything. But then again, if that's the case, you're just coming here maybe to knock off a couple explorer deeds to hang around if you like the area. Not a lot. Still fun to have the Guise of Hermáth, especially for harvest math and some of the quests that require you to be using one of those guises. But not much else, I guess. Destroy the thing, please. I guess we can technically skip this camp. I think there is another way of surrounding it and avoiding most of the fights. We were trading a little bit of that path when we left from the other side, but fighting these orcs is kind of fun, and we still have a couple things left to do in here. So I guess we'll take the long route through the camp. Without the necessary equipment, the orcs of Bundushâthur cannot hold out for long. Perhaps now they have an Aka, will have the chance to ascend the mountain. Completed Tales of Azanulbizar. Alright. Now we have Tales of Azanulbizar advanced and another deed. Okay. Tales of Azanulbizar advanced. We need to complete 30 of those. Okay. And we need to complete it 3 tiers. That seems simple enough. I do have another big memory of me just pulling everyone on this camp. I'm praying to God that I survive, because these goblin sappers can hit for quite a lot. So I'm not gonna be as reckless as I usually am, because these guys, they hit like a truck, man! Jesus! Take it a little bit easy. Oh my god, if not for Never Surrender, we would have bitten the dust. So yeah, it seems it's still advisable to try to skip that camp whenever you can. Ah, treasure cache. Awesome. 3 of them already. I'm getting optimistic with this date. Let's cross our fingers. Who knows? What do we have in here? Landflood parchments. I'm not sure how many of those parchments we need. I mean, we have already maxed out a tier 13 crafting. So we really don't need any of this. Let us turn our personal torchlight just in case. I mean, we can also use the torch we got from the anniversary event. But the downside to this torch, as cool as it looks, you cannot use it in combat, so... Once again, this is something that... It's useful on low-level areas, but not that much on areas where you know you're gonna be attacked a lot. Like, here we have a bear. We need to fight this bear, I think. Now, I forgot to add another mount to the hotbar, but maybe I should do so now. Yeah, run, little hare. I don't want to hurt you. You have not done anything to me. So I much rather not harm you. Don't get in harm's way. Now, these overpass archers. Okay, we already have the quest. Because the first time I came in here, and this might still be the case, I'm not sure, but I remember I had to come to this camp on 2 different occasions because there were some quests that I missed the first time. I hope that's not the case anymore, but you never know. We'll need to wait and see. For the time being, let us take care of all these guys. There we go. We already have a lot of archers down, but we gotta pick up the arrows. Ah, bow stands. We need to destroy those? Yeah. There are way more archers than you need for this quest. Maybe we shouldn't have fought this guy. But well, we already did, so that can't be helped right now. There we go. Yeah, plenty of things in here. Way more than you need. You're attacking me now. No! Come over here. Ah, we were so close. So close. Alright. I think there was supposed to be something on top of this slope? I think there was, but I'm not so sure anymore. Well, we can get some extra wolves. But I think we have already defeated all the wolves that we needed, yeah? Man, I was so certain there was something in here. Oh, come on. Ah, take a look there. Skehorn. Awesome. We found one of the guys for the trophy. And let's hope we can take him down, because he's quite strong. Yeah, these are supposed to be done with a 3-man group at the very least. Oh no. Come on. Go. Dropped him. Yeah, we did very good actually. Not as bad. Awesome. So we got an titular shard as well. Great. And Skehorn's horn. After encountering the Great Daylog Skehorn, you have claimed a trophy that may be of value to the Hermáth shrine. As you inspect Skehorn's horns, you make an unexpected discovery. To your surprise, there seem to be traces of mithril on Skehorn's horns. If mithril might be found at Azanulbizar after the war's end, such a find would be worthy of note to shrine. You decide to bring this trophy to Elgur, a skilled taxidermist of the Landorim, that it might be appraised. Awesome! Before I forget, let me also grab the titular shard. Never know what we might do with it. Great. And a treasure cache too. Awesome. Double awesome. You see, I told you there was something in here. I knew it. Now, I think we don't need to defeat any more bears, so you get to live another day. Boars, I'm not so sure. Still need to defeat a couple of them, so sorry for you. Okay, we gotta defeat boars and wargs. As far as I remember, there are not wargs on this area. But that's okay. Ah, the last boar we needed. Awesome. Okay, so hunting the Dale. That is back at the camp. Delivery of no importance. That's still alongside the road. Brother's Grave is in the camp too. Deadly Raining Cloudy Head. Return to Valdi. Okay, that's in the camp too. And Skehorn, that's in the camp too. So I think we can remove all these quests. We are ready to complete. We are not going back for the time being. So we can do without this. Awesome. Now we will only unlock the Trophy Hunter deed when we turn the quest we have with Skehorn's Horn. And that's a quest item, yeah. That's gonna be on our back for the time being. And since we have not unlocked the deed yet, I'm not so sure how many other trophies we can get in here. I think there's like 8 of them. We already have the first one. And I know there's at least another one on here on Cloudy Head. at Azanulbizar, but we'll need to wait and see if that guy is also up. Because yeah, these guys have a cooldown. Back in the day when this content was the end game and there were lots of players in here, it was almost impossible to find those guys. So that's the positive side of doing this when nobody's here. Thankfully we have the DPS and the survivability to be able to do some of these fights. Otherwise, I don't know how other more squishy classes might do. Light armor classes, maybe hunters. Although hunters pack quite a punch as well, but well, I'm not sure. I've only done this content with wardens. The dwarves of the Kámbrada, Zhélruka and Abnúzhu have claimed Ashmargathâl. That's great to know.
Better to talk in battle, cousin.
Yes, Longbeard? Do you bring word from King Thrain? King Shalim Nightcloak looks to you. You inform King Shalim that you have come to aid the dwarves on Bundushâthur. At least someone means to do what must be done then. I grow tired of this Zhélruka and Kámbrada. Not their warriors, mind you, but Usk and Velat. For dwarves I thought to be sworn enemies, they seem to grow closer friends with each passing hour. That is all well and good, but it seems they have forgotten there is a war to be won. The Abnúzhu have slain many orcs this day, and we will slay many more before its end. I would not leave this battle empty-handed, friend. Orc bones can make for fine trophies. Oh my god. You are not messing around. Ah, here we have King Usk. Awesome. Of the Kámbrada.
We will never forget what was taken from us.
If King Thrain means to bolster us only with a single warrior, I hope he has chosen wisely. King Usk stares you down and then chuckles to himself. I welcome any aid you would give us, Longbeard. After all, Beriathan and his Zhélruka have spun enough tales to last 3 wars. But if we intend to rout our foes, someone must do the fighting. Among the orcs at Azanulbizar, their smaller cousins have proven difficult to overcome. Between the bad tenders and those wielding their crude explosives, it has made our approach much more challenging than I had hoped. Do what you can, and that is enough. Okay, thank you. I gotta say, for a Zhélruka, you are quite polite. I mean, you've seen the Zhélruka. They take a while to warm to you. That's what I mean.
What would you ask of me?
My Durin spirit, I'm in the middle of something. If you run out of rations... What's that? You're not looking for rations? Then don't bother me. Apologies. I'm trying to make our rations taste better, but it's been a challenge. Not much grows here, except for a plant called hearthrot. Though I can't say I know of any dishes that use it. Maybe we'll be the first then. Could you head southeast down Bundushâthur? Some hearthrot grows along the road, not far from here. Yeah, I think I saw it. So I guess we'll need to do that.
The orcs are no match for us.
Greetings, friend. I was just about to head out to fetch water. We haven't got a good source of water here, so collecting snow in buckets is our only choice. I can't set up the buckets here on account of the foot traffic, so instead I have groups of buckets at a few different locations close by. Of course, retrieving them can be a pain when working alone. If you'd like to help me, we'll get our water much faster. Follow the road southeast through Bundushâthur and you'll see a snowy overlook before long. I have some buckets set up at the top. Watch out for the wild animals there. Yeah, I think this is the quest that will have you go back to the spot where we fought the archers. Oh god. Okay.
The Zhélruka will not be bested by mere orcs.
What is this? Does King Thrain not trust us in our task? King Beriathan smirks. I jest, Longbeard. Between the Zhélruka and the Abnúzhu, we have things well in hand. Oh, and I must admit that my friend Usk and his Kámbrada have played a part in our success as well. Ashmargathâl was an easy prize to win, but Azanulbizar still teams with our foes. It would be far easier to look ahead without those accursed spots splitting our heads. But I guess that scouting duty is further to the northwest. Look, there you go.
Net sent you? Is she well?
Have her wounds healed? I hope she's keeping warm. I'm sorry, I haven't been able to see her since, well, it's been maddening. Though issues with carving for fun, then she must be fine. We've been managing, but we'd welcome the extra help.
I'll begin studying the sapper bomb right away.
I'll begin studying the sapper bomb right away. The materials used for its construction might give us a clue as to where they're being made. From what Meknet found out, a goblin named Thraunak crafts these bombs. We don't know where he's located, but his sapper bombs have spread throughout the orc camps. However, if I study this bomb, I'm afraid I won't have time to pick Twistbeard. I thought I'd picked enough yesterday, but our supply dwindles. Could you help me collect some? I usually find Twistbeard on rocks in Tarkshathur, southeast from here. If you follow the road, you won't miss it. What about you, Oda?
The end of this war draws nigh.
One of those orcs stole my tools. Supplies are scarce up here, and those are the only tools I've got to work with. But there's no way I can follow him into that camp. I'm just an armorer. I'll be damned if a single orc ruins our soldier's armor. You're able to fight, aren't you? If you're going west into Tarkutas, could you help me find the culprit? I can't say I know which orc took my tools, but if you find dwarf-made armorer's tools, those are mine. Alright, well, we are not going to the enemy camp just yet, because we have plenty of things to pick up here to the south. And, well, we might be able to find those tools with the archers on the camp that we already saw, maybe. Hard rod, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, well, that was it. Simple enough. Now Twistbeard. All of it should be around here. Simple enough as well. I hope. I didn't see you there. Who's attacking me now? I don't get it. Yeah, that's what I thought. Grab the thing. Grab the thing. Grab the thing. Come on. Grab the thing. Jeez. You come here. Yeah, thank you. Now, as I suspected, we gotta climb this thing again for the bucket of water. So, God, had I remembered that small detail, I would have waited before coming here, but at least we got Skickhorn and the treasure cache. These buckets have been tampered with. Ah, these buckets, okay. Fresh footprints belonging to a single orc. Really? Where? Okay, no. We don't know yet. Gotta go back. It's okay, not that bad, and we can avoid most of the orcs. So even though it involved a little bit of backtracking, it wasn't that bad. That's good. And we're running out of time for for today, so I guess we will just get back to the camp, turn in these quests that we already have, and call it a day. Awesome. Here we go.
Glory to the Longbeards.
So you saw orc tracks too, did you? Depriving us of our water, or worse. We'll have to put a stop to this, lest we die of thirst instead.
Glory to the Longbeards.
This orc must have been studying my movements. Unfortunate, but at least I know their next destination. An area that overlooks the Mirror to the southwest of us. No need to follow the road for long. A lone soldier would seem like an easy victory to a new orc, and when this orc tries to sneak up behind you, you'll show them that you are not as easily fooled. In the meantime, I ought to start hiding the other buckets. Where exactly? Not that far. We'll see if we can do that today too.
The end of this war draws nigh.
Excellent, let's see. Any plant that can survive out there won't be easy to cook, but Halvar spends the next few hours experimenting alone and muttering to himself.
What would you ask of me?
Hermáth, this heartrot is, without a doubt, the worst thing I've ever had the displeasure to cook. It is tough and refuses to soften no matter what I try. Small wonder that nobody has used it before. But we aren't in a position to choose. Even if I must cook it for hours on end, I will not let this plan defeat me. Still, there must be more we can add to this dish. I have some dried meat stored in, well, it's in one of the ration crates around the camp. Could you help me find some? Sure. This crate does not have the dried meat. I hope you are not sending me on another wild chase. I get it once again. Maybe not the first one that you look in, but don't overdo it. Come on. Found the dried meat. Awesome. Not that bad. That's what I meant. Halvar.
What would you ask of me?
Curing this meat with the heart rot might just work, but there's just something missing. Something. Oh, I don't know. Let's just throw some berry in. See what happens. I don't have beer in hand, but Dagi does. He should be nearby. Ask him if we could take some. I don't see any dwarf parting with his beer, but let's ask.
Hell.
Well, normally I'd rather save my alcohol for special occasions, but if Halvar is trying to make our food taste good, then count me in. Here you go. Best of luck. Alright. You're taking one for the team, Dagi. Thank you. Awesome.
The end of this war draws nigh.
Alright then, shoot. I have work to do. Halvar begins to cobble together the ingredients you gave him. After a while he calls you over. Hermáth, this isn't bad. I'll have to keep working on it. It's nowhere near the level of food I could make back home, but it's a start. Here, have a taste. See? We've created something good, my friend. Glad to hear. Completed. Awesome. Dumul of the Havanaka of Thrain. And maybe with this reputation we can get the master. But we'll need to get back to the camp still to barter for it, so not yet. Dumul to the Havanaka. Just the title and some currency. Okay. And now we have the deed for Iskas of the Havanaka. Basically the same thing. You have reached the rank of Dumul within the Havanakov train. Awesome. I'll make sure this twist beard is usable. In the meantime, could you clean the wounds of a few of our injured scouts? The last thing I want is for infection and fever to sweep through our ranks. Yeah. I was starting to wonder when would you have me tend to the scouts. Better soon than late. So, here's the first one. Whoa, I haven't seen you here before, but thank you. Yeah, sure, don't mention it. We dwarves look after each other after all. It is good Luca's not doing this alone. Are you helping Luca? Please make sure she also takes care of herself. I'll do my best.
Thank you.
Now that I do not have to worry about our twist beer supply, we can continue focusing on the problem of the sapper bombs.
Perhaps Traunach is closer than we thought.
While you were gone, I discovered that the bomb's chemical mixture uses bat droppings. The orcs at Tarkutus have bats under their command. Perhaps Traunach is closer than we thought. For now, however, the orcs hide caches of bombs in the unclaimed territory to the west, between Ashmargathâl and Tarkutos. There are already scouts out looking for the caches. I tried to join them, but they told me to stay back here and rest. Could you go in my stead? I trust that you're keen of eye and steady of hand. Dismantle and destroy any caches you come across. Sure, we will be heading there soon. But first, we still need to do a couple things regarding the dwarf's water supply, but that, however, will have to wait until the next episode. For the time being, this has been all on today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.